Oh my God, you guys. I was actually just trying to talk about this other story and I went to search for something and this popped up. And I was like, where's it at? Florida. Florida Police Department. You guys are in deep shit over there. Women are not safe. I cannot even believe I read this today in 2024. It actually sounds straight out of like 1980. But let me read through it. They're going to blame all women for these attacks and how to get out of it and everything else. So this is pretty off. Oh my God. Mm-mm. This is your government. This is your brain on scrambled egg sociopath. This is Tim Ballard. They're all Tim Ballard. They're all Tim Ballard. Trust that. Every single guy I've been talking to in government has been Tim Ballard. Their rules and laws are out of the brain of a Tim Ballard. I was like, yeah, Homeland would love him. He's absolutely perfect. Okay, so this department needs their look at this. Do you see a woman even in the department? No. Okay, so right now there's no woman and they're all white, okay? I don't know about this guy. He might be Hispanic. I can't see his face, dude. They hit it. They're like, these two guys are not important. So, um, this is North Miami Beach Police Department, okay? They're going to tell you about crime prevention, about getting raped ladies. They don't care about the guys, okay? Because they all touch each other. But they're like this. They're like, how to safeguard against rape. If you're a female, chances are 9 out of 10 women don't even get touched by us. That's what they're saying. So I'm just reading it because they're like 1 in 10. I'm like, that's interesting. I don't know a single woman that hasn't been touched once in a while from some guy without permission in public, anywhere. But apparently they're trying to feed us this bullshit. Okay, 1 in 10 that you will be a victim of one of us men because we're all rapists, okay? So you need to protect yourself, ladies, because we're all rapists, all right? That's what they're saying. I'm just saying, basically, the underlying thing, what they're saying here is we're all rapists, so you need to learn to protect yourself from us men. They're not even looking at it in a proper fashion like men get touched by other men or women get touched by other women or anything like that. Even though they wrote it like this, but that's the mindset behind this thing. The attacker makes no distinction between age, race, appearance, or any other characteristic. You should put gender. Like, I don't know, but I guess that falls into any other. Common sense, ladies. Common sense, ladies, is your best defense against an attack. And you know, the story that I was actually pulling up was the one where the woman got knocked out at night and her husband had like 100 people rape her. Okay. I think in the case they pulled up 50 some odd guys or something, but yeah, like just a slew of people. So common sense, ladies, is your best defense against an attack. But you're knocked out and you don't even know what's going on, right? This is what they put. Because every rape is different. Well, every rapist mindset is actually a sociopath, and they will be on the spectrum of sociopathy. Their calculated moves are different, but the scrambled egg brain is the same, basically. They're all a Ted Bundy. Okay. There's no one solution for thwarting an attack. Actually, if we throw you all into a mental asylum, I think we'd be safe out here, finally. But, okay, if you are attacked, evaluate the situation. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, every time I got raped, the last thing we're thinking of is, all right, let me see. Can I get a description of this guy? Can I do the... my thing is, I need to survive and I'm getting the fuck out of there. But anyway, let's see what he says. Evaluate the situation and look for ways to escape. Okay, but if you're knocked out, which has been a lot of these cases, we're not looking for anything. We're in La La Land. We're nighty-night. I don't know. I'm just like, okay. Men are so stupid. I don't even know how they were ever. How they even started an agency to begin with. Okay, some women, they probably had their wives do it for them and they claim that they did it. Okay, some women have avoided rape. I cannot believe I'm reading this right now. Like it seems like the stories when I actually do the research into like 1980 and 90 for rape, when they were talking about it originally, it's that. They're about 5 decades behind, but let's see. Some women have avoided rape by taking their way out of it. Just take your way out of it, ladies. Like, you just avoid us getting, us raping you. I mean, just remove yourself from my house. I'm trying to rape you. You can leave. I don't know. That's what they're kind of saying. Acting crazy. Oh, I thought you guys said that all women are crazy anyway. So, don't you think that just going for a woman, you're already going for crazy, right? That's your mentality. So why are you effing with crazy? Okay, so I don't know, but that's act crazy. Okay, so actually, one time I did do. I'm gonna tell you what I did here. So one guy in the was trying in this human trafficking ring, right? So I was already told like the tactics that they were doing to try to get women to leave with these guys against their will and shit. So I was told like, don't give my keys to these people. Go park on the side thing. Do all these things so I would be safe from the setup. So like when I go in, it sounds like I'm a Tim Ballard on a Sting thing, but I wasn't. I was actually trying to see what my friend was telling me that happened to her. And I needed to see it because now I could say that, yes, it happened, right? So when I went in there, they were trying to set me up with these guys. Like the guys were trying to get me to leave with them and stuff. I go, oh, no, we can't do that. That's our job, Anyway, so they said that they would try to set you up by the end of the night. I get this guy towards the end of the night. It was like an hour. I think it was like an hour towards the end of the night. And we're talking. He's like, oh, yeah, you leave with me, something, something. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get out of this, but I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. Let me think of a way so he doesn't want to go with me. So I was like, yeah, y'all into this like tied up thing? I'm way into it, dude. I got like all these toys in the back of my car and I will like tie you up and, we could do this whole thing. It freaked the shit out of him. It did. And I was like, oh my God, it worked. And so I told him this like crazy ass story, right? And I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to be totally fine because the guy's not going to want you. He's going to want somebody else and, do this thing. So I was trying to avoid the setup. And then after that, he went and told like the owner, the person that does that thing. And apparently they were trying to get rid of me after that. So they wouldn't let me work again. So like I go to work and then they wouldn't set me up anymore. They wouldn't set me up at all. And so they just sat me in a corner and I was like, yeah, because I wouldn't join in their bullshit. They were trying to set me up. But it worked, but it didn't work. It backfired because now they think I'm totally nuts on top of it. And then I wouldn't, go along with the shit show. But no, because then if you start acting crazy, you guys, here's another thing that they do. So then the perpetrators will say she's nuts and you can see she's nuts and blah, blah, blah. And then people will believe it. And then when they're investigating stuff, and let's say you were talking crazy to them just to try to ward them off and they pull it up as evidence, they'll say, look, she's crazy. Okay, say, or fighting back. That really depends. Like, I would not tell everybody to fight back in every case because in some of these cases with some of these mega criminals, they have guns, they have other people around. You may be in a location where even if you run outside, you can't go anywhere. Like when I was in the desert, like, what am I going to do? There's nowhere to run to. There's no building. There's nothing, right? So there's just situations like that. A kick to the groin isn't usually successful because men instinctively protect this area. Okay, actually, let's talk about this. The guy, Adrian, that is connected to the House of Blues guy that's into raping kids. Well, Adrian, I don't think Adrian's into that. But Adrian had a connection to that human trafficking cult of pedophile men. I don't know why. I can't even answer it. Is that some guys want you to do that? Can we put it like that? I should just put it like that so you can understand this. Why that's just bullshit for some of these people, because they will ask women to do that. Yeah, they will ask women to do that. I'm just saying. So, and they have they might, well, okay, and also if they're on substance, it won't necessarily do anything. So, if they're on something. But anyway, don't do that. Okay, so, and you may lose your balance. Oh, so they're just going to imagine that you're standing up and doing it. Like you couldn't, well, you're not that you're laying down and you could kind of go wham. You know what I mean? I don't know. But this is their self-defense tactics that they have an imagination about, that you're standing up right in front of them and you just go wham. Okay. That's not usually how it happens. But okay, if you decide to respond physically, remember that your first priority is to get away. Like, we need to remember that, right? Our first ladies, your first priority is to get away. You're just gonna sit there. I mean, the whole thing, they were even talking about how people go into these freeze modes because you don't really know what's going on yet, and you're trying to figure out, like, how do I react? But you need to remember, your first priority is to get away, okay? Act quickly. This is painful, you guys. I mean, I'm laughing in pain. This is awful. Okay, act quickly and diversely to throw the attacker off guard while you escape. No. I think my friend had somebody I knew had to trick somebody, and they went into a bathroom, and then they were able to escape out the door or something. But they had to think it out. You have to think it out. You have to act like nothing's going on. Actually, I found that to be the best way to get out of these situations, is just to kind of go along with it. Okay, after an attack. Okay, so ladies, you need to have this list on you to know what to do. Okay? Go to a safe place, because you obviously would not. I was like, we're gonna go right back. Well, there's some women that'll go right back into the place. But no. Okay, so that's number one. Go to a safe place. Okay, but if you're in the desert, and it's just a bunch of rapist cops, there wasn't a safe place, right? And also, when they talk about this, they don't talk about it like the police are doing it. Because look at number 2. Call the police. Well, what if it's the police? What if it's the police? I like how they look at everybody else but themselves. What if it's the police? The police took my top off, man. That shit's fucked up. And took a picture. What if it's the police? The police were the ones that covered up the crimes on me and me getting raped in this drug ring thing and some stuff here. So what if it's the police? Number 3, preserve evidence. Don't shower, douche, blood, and semen are important evidence. And don't change your clothes or disturb the scene of the crime. We said go to a safe place. Why are they at the scene of the crime? Okay, so I don't know, but number 1, they actually never even said this stuff, that right there, to us as kids. Like, nothing. Nothing like that. Nothing about that stuff. And so it's just a blank thing in your brain when something happens. Like, the first thing you want to do is take a shower. Like, you're gonna fucking burn your skin off. They actually never said anything like that. I'm just saying. But certainly you would want to keep all evidence. Okay. 4, get medical care. Hey, do you remember that you didn't give medical care to most people in America, mostly the poor? So they couldn't even go to a doctor. And they tried to say that you could go into an emergency room, but you actually really couldn't. They would tell you, well, you don't have medical insurance, so we would normally do these other things, but we're not going to do it because you don't have medical insurance. So poor people got effed when they got raped, and they didn't have medical care, and they never said that number 3 line, and the first 2 are idiotic. Okay, 5. Medical attention is oh, now we got it again. Number 5 is medical care, medical attention. Why'd you put it on 2 different things? That's the same thing. These guys are idiots. You would put number 4, get medical care. Medical attention is vital. Wouldn't that be the same thing, right? Anyway, number 5, medical attention is vital. Many hospitals provide free care for rape victims and offer pregnancy prevention and venereal disease treatment. Remember, even if you don't get treatment immediately, follow-up tests for VD are essential. That's what they've been obsessed with too, is venereal diseases. We don't care that you got raped, but really, you need to check to see you have a sexually transmitted disease, okay? We don't care about your brain. Is there anything in here about mental health for PTSD from the attack? Fuck no. Because we're a bunch of sociopaths, and that's an emotional thing, and you need to keep that all out of this, okay, ladies? It's common sense. Just go to medical attention because you're a robot. You have no feelings or emotions because we don't see you as a human anyway, because we're not human. Okay, never be embarrassed because of the incident, ladies. After I got through with you and you go tell on me, I'm going to tell them that you're just having regret sex. Don't be embarrassed. I don't know about me, huh? I don't know. This is ridiculous. Okay. Though difficult to talk about, I talk about it every day. Is it difficult? No, it's not difficult. I could talk about this till the cows come home. I'm talking about y'all. I'm like, y'all, why would I be embarrassed? Because you're the embarrassment. Though difficult to talk about, it is important to tell doctors what sex acts took place so they will know what medical attention is needed. What if you're knocked out? You don't know what the hell happened. I have tons of cases like this as a kid. I'm like, I don't know how many people were involved. I have no idea what they did to me. I woke up and I felt fucked up, is what I know. I was like, so what can I tell them? Shouldn't they be doing their job and evaluating everything? Like, your body's a crime scene, right? They need to check that. Should. Because maybe they did something I don't even know right now. I don't know, but that's what they're saying. Try to remember in detail your exact experience for police records so we know who to target after you give us all the information because you know too much. Mostly when it's one of us. Give an accurate and complete description of your assailant as possible. This is extremely important. That's what I said. Not that you got raped and you're totally, like, traumatized for life, but this is the part that's extremely important. The description of your assailant. Okay, so we tell them, and then they just completely ignored it. Okay. Like a dwarf. I'm like a dwarf, dude. I didn't get raped by the dwarf. The dwarf is trying to human traffic. The dwarf is more than likely Dr. Dre's pal over there. So, he has a child, okay? So I'm telling him this description of these people, and they just like, oh, nothing happened to you, honey. I was like, oh no. Okay, plus there was a gun flashed here, so, you know. At least Vanilla Ice has a story like that. But it was like forcing him to coerce him into signing documents. I was just like, I still wouldn't have done it though. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I know are they going to shoot me? And then what's going to happen? They're going to know they did it. I mean, I don't know. Your complete cooperation with local authorities may help in preventing similar attacks on other girls and women. We don't care about these little boys getting raped by the P. Diddy's out here. We don't care about none of that, okay? It's on you, ladies. It's on you. That we're a bunch of rapists. You need to stop us. You need to stop us from being rapists. And then we try, right? Then the cops come after us. That's exactly what happened. I'm just sitting here going, do you guys understand the insanity of my story? Because of the mafia. I'm sitting here like, what is this shit? I told them. The next thing they do is target the shit out of me. and chasing me all over town. I was like, that is the most insane thing they covered that up. That was like 100 cops, man. It was like, and I didn't, nothing happened to me. Like nothing. So I'm like, why is 100 cops after me? They act like I just like robbed a bank or they're trying to get me on some like massive crime and they're like, we gotta chill her down. We gotta get all this information from her, you know? And I was just like, the worst was that one in the fucking state of Nevada because I had like 5 cop units that looked like fucking canine. And I'm like, I don't, oh, they must be going after some guy down the way. Like there must be some bad thing that happened down in another city because that's what it looked like. They were all trailing down. You're like literally in the middle of the dark. It's like there's nothing. There's no buildings. There's nothing really. There's just like a couple of like a gas station and a, trailer park. I don't know what the hell. It's like a blink of an eye area. And then in between it's just nothing. It's just desert. Like dead ass desert. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know. I've never been through the state, so there's probably a city, something happened up there. So I pull over and they come after me. And I'm like, no way, no way. What? I didn't do anything. I was like, what is that? I was like 5 fucking units. And they get out like so nonchalant. Oh, you could go shopping. We'll wait for you. And I'm like, what? I don't even, can you tell me why you're here? Oh, no, you could go shopping. We'll wait for you. There was like a little mart right there. I was like, I didn't really want to buy anything, but okay. Yeah, I didn't even actually want to buy anything, but I was going to walk. I parked over to the side of it because I thought, oh, they're going to try to pass me. So I wanted to get out of their way. And I was telling my friend, I go, I don't know. I don't know what they're after. And then they slowly parked in there and I go, well, let's get out. I'm going to walk into the store. I was like going to do that. And then they came up to me and I was like, oh, why are you stopping me? And he's like, you can go shopping. Oh, we'll wait. Oh, no, you can go shopping. I'm not going to, he didn't answer anything. He wouldn't. And so I'm inside the store and I'm thinking, how do we get out of this? I don't know what this is. I'm freaked out. Yeah. And that was the very beginning of it. Go to a safe place. There was no safe place. Call the police. They were there. They were there. Preserve evidence. Well, they took a photo. So they have the evidence and they have the evidence. They have the evidence. Another point of evidence is that I paid somebody while I was in the city there. And so there's evidence. Okay. Physically, thankfully, it didn't go further than the take the top off thing. Okay, so it's a money crime. It's mainly a money crime, so they want to exert their power to have me pay them money. So the later threats were that they were gonna throw me in a jail cell for 2 weeks if I don't pay them a couple grand later. And so it's a money crime. It's an extortion thing. It's like a payola. Like if you're in Mexico and you don't pay them on the street. Yeah. So that's the crime that happened there. I could have got raped. They let another person watch them take my top off and the guy's like, woo! I was like, no, this shouldn't even be going on. I go, it was just terrible. Let's just move on from that. But this is them all together. Again, do you see a female in this picture? No. Are they all white? Mostly. They could be a mix of Hispanic. Like when I see this, I'd say the guy's white. Look. Oh, he got tattoos on his arm. Gang banger. Look at this. I told you these guys are gang members. I don't know what the deal is with this fool right here. Usually, like when I seen them, most of the time they had it covered up. Like these, I don't know. I never seen all this, but one group of them one day, they had their entire arms sleeved out, and you could tell that they were abusing steroids. And I was like, well, that's something else. But them ladies. We don't care about you men, okay? Like, there's, like, literally nothing on guys. Like, nothing. We touch men all the time, so when we stop them, we grope them. I literally have pictures of detectives touching men in interrogations, and they put it up on like Dateline and stuff like that. And I was like, I cannot believe this guy, this adult man, is putting his hand on this kid's leg in the middle of an interrogation. Like, they're sitting across from each other, right? They're talking back and forth. And then he puts his hand on the guy's leg, on his thigh. And he's like, you could talk to me. I was like, what perverted shit is this? I had no cops touching me while they're talking to me. What disgusting crap is that? That'll be number one, sexual harassment. And so they say nothing, but they put their hands on their thigh. Like, there. And I'm like, that is insane. If some cop put his goddamn hand right there on me, I'm gonna fucking tell. But these men just sit there and let it happen. Like, they just let it happen. They're like, you could touch my leg, dude. And they do it to us all the time. So they're so used to other men doing it to each other that when they do it to us, they're like, what? I'm like, you guys be groping yourselves, dude, because that shit right there, you should have told on him. They didn't. And then they were showing the footage, like they were showing it on TV. And they had a problem with the entire interrogation, right? But not the cop touching the guy. It's all about power and control anyway, right? He's doing a sexual move, but it's like making him nervous because they're like trying to pin him for a crime that he didn't do. Because that was the case of it. Like they were trying to manipulate the... I think there were several cases that had this happen, but one of the cases I'm thinking of, it had like a kid, and I think the kid was like autistic or I don't know, he had some mental disability, and then the mom wasn't even there, and then like the cops like totally trying to say that he did the crime, which he totally didn't, and then he touches him, and I go, what the fuck? Yeah, like nothing. I go, he's a pedo, dude. I don't know what the hell that is. I've talked to cops a million times. I've had to give them information on a missing person and all these things. Nobody ever put their hand on me outside that bullshit that I'm talking about. But yeah, how to get away. How do you get away from the cop? You're in an interrogation and the cop's like groping your ass. So you're like, go to a safe place. Now, it's not safe inside the police department. Call the police. I'm here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking of a million scenarios, and they talk about it like the police are not the rapist. Do you see this? This is absolutely wrong. They need to talk about how even our own can be perpetrators. And when it is our own, do not come to us, go to FBI. No, I don't know, like some other thing. Like you need to go over them somewhere else. Because we won't help you. Because that's a conflict of interest. That's basically it. I'll tell you how annoying this is. It's so annoying that everybody is like brainwashed. So like you'll go to them and go, the police did this thing to me. And they're like, go to the cops. It's just like, oh, okay. So if it was like this, think of it like this. I'm like, Harvey Weinstein touched me when I worked on the set in 97. Go tell Harvey Weinstein. Hello? Luckily, that didn't happen, but I'm just saying that it's so weird. It's like brainwashed into everybody's brain. Go to the cop. Go to the cops. Go to the cops. We're going to ignore that. We're also the perpetrators. Okay, go to the cops. Okay, so when you go to the cops, even if it wasn't from a cop, the cop will go, what did you do to cause yourself to get raped up in here? That sounds like consent. Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, uh-huh. I can already tell you right now, because the minute that they go, common sense is your best defense. So when you go in there, they're going to call you stupid and it's your fault. And you should use common sense to know that if you went into their house, that you should expect us to rape you. You already could tell, like, the mentality of this department. It's frightening. I can tell you right now, if you did a internal affairs thing on this department, they would have sexual harassment all over the place.